Hello and welcome. I am Vidyadhar Tirak. In the previous episode, we explored the idea of knowledge snippet, the minimal structure through which we understand and stabilize fragments of reality. Knowledge snippets, or Ks for short, helped us distinguish between truth, fact, moral, and norm. They allowed us to see how meaning forms and why understanding is never isolated from ethics. But knowledge, no matter how complete, doesn't change the world by itself. Only action shapes the world. And therefore, today we introduce an essential counterpart to the knowledge snippet, the co creation snippet or action snippet for short. This is where knowing transitions into doing, where clarity becomes responsibility, where understanding becomes world shaping participation. The co creation snippet or CS formulates the structure of meaningful action. It brings together four pillars: intent, action, conscience, and prudence. Through these elements, understanding becomes engagement and learning becomes participation in the becoming of the world. Let us pause and first make sense of the term co creation. The co creation is not a simple action, effort, or execution. Many actions are driven by survival, competition, pressure, or habit. Co-creation is different. It arises from the philosophical roots. First, eudaimonia, the idea that the purpose of action is flourishing, not just efficiency or dominance. Second, co-evolution, the recognition that nothing exists or succeeds in isolation, everything evolves in relationship. And third, cosmopoiesis, the understanding that existence is not static but always becoming, and that we are active participants in shaping it. So, co creation represents a mature mode of acting. Instead of thinking, I act upon the world, the stance becomes, I act with the world. This is a shift which is subtle but transformative. Now, to act responsibly, we need two regulatory capacities: conscience and prudence. Let us begin with conscience. Conscience evaluates intention before action takes place. It does not rely merely on emotion, fear, or social expectation. Instead, it draws from moral reasoning, empathy, experience, and foresight. Conscience asks, should this be done? What is the moral weight of this action? What is the meaning of acting or not acting? Consider three examples. A researcher refuses to distort data even under financial pressure. An engineer designs fail safes beyond regulatory requirements because human life matters. A leader openly admits failure to protect trust rather than their own ego. In each case, conscience prevents the misuse of capability. Now, prudence, the second regulatory faculty, performs a different role. If conscience shapes why we act, prudence shapes how we act. Prudence recognizes uncertainty, complexity, and consequence. It balances urgency with caution. It protects good intentions from becoming harmful execution. A doctor waits for a clearer diagnostic evidence before aggressive treatment. A policymaker tests reform through small experiments before national rollout. An AI design team prioritizes transparency and reversibility over reckless optimization. Prudence turns ethical intention into responsible action. Together, conscience and prudence form ethical engine of meaningful action. We now extend the framework to 6 examples where a knowledge snippet becomes a co-creation snippet. First, climate change. Knowledge reveals scientific reality. Conscience interprets it as responsibility. Prudence guides a gradual systematic transformation. The orientation becomes ecological and co-evolution rather than extraction. Consider a second example, human dignity. We know every human being has intrinsic worth. Conscience demands justice and equity. Prudence ensures implementation through inclusive systems and respectful design. The result is flourishing society. The third example, freedom of inquiry. Knowledge grows through open questioning. Conscience protects intellectual independence. Prudence maintains civility, evidence, and respect. The outcome is growing field of understanding rather than stagnation. The fourth example is about system interdependence. Knowledge shows that everything is connected. Conscience rejects isolationists or extractive patterns. Prudence fosters collaboration and resilience planning. The outcome is a civilization built for continuity and not fragility. Fifth, compassion. Knowledge shows compassion reduces suffering. Conscience treats it as responsibility. Prudence ensures compassion is structured rather than impulsive. This leads to eudaimonic society. Sixth, meaningful innovation. We know innovation shapes the future. Conscience ensures alignment with human well-being. Prudence introduces governance, reversibility, accountability, and care. The result is responsible progress. Now, meaningful action happens across two inseparable worlds, their inner world of the agent and the outer world. Internal co creation is the work we do within ourselves, refining thought, emotion, identity, and worldviews. It involves metacognition, emotional maturity, and moral development. Without inner alignment, action becomes ego driven or chaotic. External co creation is how we shape the shared world through engineering, policy, culture, institutions, ecology, and technology. This is where we build, redesign, or repair the world we live in. A mature agent unifies these two. A fragmented agent separates them. Ethical ideals on the inside, contradictory behavior on the outside, or vice versa. Let us bring this episode to a close. The co creation snippet is the bridge between knowledge and action. It ensures that knowing does not remain academic, abstract, or inert. Through conscience and prudence, it transforms understanding into responsible participation in the becoming of the world. In the next episode, we ask an essential question: who performs co creation? Is it only humans, or can silicon agents, artificial intelligences also participate? If so, under what conditions? With what rights, responsibilities, and safeguards? That is where we go next. Pragma Sophie is Prajna Yajna. Please subscribe to my channel and visit my website if you are interested in more explorations into actionable knowledge and systemic thinking. Thank you. Stay tuned.